Hi everyone, this is daveac and this is my vblog 205 for Friday the 22nd of June 2012. Oh, I'm afraid recorded one day late on Saturday the 23rd. And it's play, replay, triple play, wet summer, dry wine. Yes, all in under 15 minutes and a wine at the end. But I'm afraid we've got some sad news to start off. We've lost another member of the Doctor Who group, another of the actresses this time from the classic series, and it is Caroline John, who played Liz Shaw, the third Doctor's companion. She died aged 71 on the 5th of June, but it only hit the internet a few days ago that she had passed away. So very sad news. I think a while back on the Culture Collective, episode 67, we did our top 10 Doctor Who companions, and she certainly was in the top 10 for many of the collective on that show. Perhaps you'll give that a listen. In fact, while I've mentioned the Culture Collective and podcast, let's go straight to that. Well, the Cultum Collective last Sunday, we did our episode, Cultum in My Childhood. So we were talking about whichever decade it was you were growing up, you know, from 6 to 16 or 8 to 18, whether that was in the 50s, 60s, all the way up to the 90s. What were the programs, the sci-fi, the fantasy, or the big cult programs that, you know, caught your attention and have always stayed with you as favourite programs? And we went 2.5 hours, would you believe, on that topic. Now, there's no midweek episode going up, but we are getting back to doing our commentaries and other content. So look out for some midweek episodes of the Cultum Collective. And this Sunday, that's Sunday the 24th of June, we're doing at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, TalkShoe ID 54821, we're doing best new Doctor Who moments. Quite a few weeks back now, we did our favourite classic Doctor Who moments. So it's this coming Sunday, we're doing best new Who moments. So hope you'll come and join us. I'll listen to us live. I'll subscribe indeed to us on iTunes. Well, there's also been helping out with Gallifreyan Embassy Doctor Who Podshock. This time with Ian again, the Sixth Doctor, and Graham Sheridan. We were helping Lewis on a Podshock 272 Extra Edition. This is an extra edition that goes to those people that are supporting subscribers of Podshock, and it was a review of K9 and Company. Now, that, of course, is the precursor to the Sarah Jane Adventures, in a way, and, of course, stars Elizabeth Sladen as Sarah Jane and K9, and we did a review of that, and it's about an hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes long, and there's a little sample of that on podshock.net if you want to just get an idea of what we thought of that show. And I also, by the way, while I'm talking about podcasts, remember I do my Big and Fruity Wine podcast every Tuesday on TalkShoe ID 112272. That's at 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's 10 p.m. over here in the UK. And this time, there is a link with today's show because I'm tasting the same wine. It's the wine I drank on there. I enjoyed it so much, I bought another bottle. And I'll actually mention it now, even before we get to it, and because there's a TwitPic up for it, and the TwitPic picture is twitpic.com/9 YAR9Z, and those letters are small case. twitpic.com/9 YAR9Z. 75 people have already looked at that picture. Thank you to those people. Yes, it's Les Maisons Gran Reserva 2001 a Rioja from Spain, 13.5%, £10 wine. So I obviously liked it to spend another £10 on it, and I'll mention that a little bit more as we get to the end of this vlog. Well, I said play, replay, triple play. Where do you get those from, David? Well, play on Monday. It's, no, I'm not talking about football. Not really into that. Although, of course, I think tomorrow England are playing in a football match. Really, though, I'm more interested in golf that will be coming up in July, 8th of July. The golf starts, but before then, I've got Wimbledon. Wimbledon is starting, and looking forward to that. Of course, Andy Murray, we want to try and get his first Wimbledon title. He's ranked 4, I believe. Of course, we've got Djokovic and Nadal right at the top of the game. Federer is getting back some of his really top quality skills again, and he still believes that he can win more Grand Slam tournaments. Djokovic just missed out having a year tour of having all 4 Grand Slams, and that was the history. That was the French Open. If he'd have won it, he would have held all 4 Grand Slams. As it was, there was another record broken because Nadal won it, and he won it for the 7th time. That's one more time than Borg won it, who of course won it 6 times. So really excited about that. Let me have a look at my notes because a lot going on. Oh yes, science fiction. I'm supposed to talk about science fiction as well as things like this. Primeval has restarted. I almost missed the episode that was last Saturday. I ended up actually watching it on the +1 channel because it hadn't seemed to be advertised a lot. It was advertised way back and then it went very quiet. This is series 5 of Primeval. And I believe there might be a series 6. There are only 6 episodes. I've just, in fact, earlier today, before recording this, watched the 2nd episode of Primeval. One of the difficulties with it I've found, although I am enjoying it, is that it's been so long since series 4, I'm forgetting some of the plot points that they're rolling over, the story arcs from last time. I could have almost done with watching a bit of a recap to it, but it's great to see some of the same cast there again. Harris Spirit as Abby and Andrew Lee Potts as Connor. Those are the main ones, and of course the comedy bloke. Where's his name gone? Ben Miller, of course, as James Lester, and there's lots of good cast in there. So give Primeval a go if you haven't caught it, but do remember that if you haven't caught the earlier series, you may be a little bit lost in some of the references that they are making. Okay, so that's replay. Oh yes, that's the tech thing. I was reading on the BBC Internet site. This is bbc.co.uk/BT Internet. BBC iPlayer, I like to report a lot about that. They've got a new feature called Live Restart. If you go to the BBC iPlayer and you're 10 minutes late, the programme that you wanted to watch is actually 10 minutes into it, there's a replay button that you can click and it will jump back to the beginning. You don't have to wait for the programme to end before you can watch it. So it's like a catch-up tracker. So absolutely brilliant that they're bringing that. It's not a feature yet on the radio programmes, but it is. It's called Live Restart. And if you put in Google BBC iPlayer Live Restart, you'll find this little article about it. Really, really good extra functionality there. Really good. Okay, what else? Oh, yes. I said play, replay, triple play. Well, it was Father's Day last Sunday, and I was very lucky father. I got presents from my 2 kids. I got this from my son, which I'll talk about in a few weeks' time. Doctor Who, Deaths to the Daleks. And from my daughter, I got this. Tintin, yeah, triple play, Blu-ray. It has Blu-ray on it, has DVD on it, and it has a digital copy. Well, actually, it turns out it doesn't have a digital copy. What happens is when you open this up, there's a code in here that you put in, and then you download a digital copy. And, exciting, you can put that digital copy, if you have an iPad, onto your iPad. So there it is. There's another one I had, but that's Tintin. Let's hit Tintin. Then you get the details of Tintin. And let's play a bit. Let's see if we can hear it. I'm a little bit into it. Sorry about the reflection.
The victim's name was Barnaby Dawes. He was one of the top agents at Interpol, but we haven't got a clue what he was working on. Quite right, Thompson. We're completely clueless. Interpol doesn't have any other leads? Tintin, we're still filling out the paperwork. Police work's not all glamour and guns. There's an awful lot of filing. Well, I might have something for you. Before he lost consciousness, Dawes tried to tell me something, and I think he was spelling out a word. B-O-U-D-J-A-N. Cariboujon. Cariboujon! Does that mean anything to you?
And I'm going to stop it there. Hopefully I'm going to stop it again. Yeah, that line, by the way, there's a line across here. There's nothing wrong with the screen. That's the one that I bought of my son so that he could buy, well, not just because he could buy it, so I wanted one of myself, but I bought that off him and he bought the newer iPad. Where's the time? It's 10 minutes. Let me have a look at my notes and then we'll go to the wine. No, I think that'll do. I think we'll spend some time on the wine. Now, just to prove, here's the wine. Now, you'll notice the bottle. There's the label. Focus, please. There we are. There's the back. Freeze frame. Notice I've started writing the price on the back now. So remember, just short of £10, that's $16. And you can see it's most empty because I finished it off last night. But just to prove I'm not lying, look, there's the one from the Tuesday night, Big and Fruity. Well, it's poured out and it's, I can smell it all the way over there. It really is a rich, dark colour. And let's have a taste. Oh, yeah, it's just got everything I want in a drink in terms of on the nose. It's forest floor, it's fruits of the forest. I just want to drink it. Let's have a go. Well, you can see I have. And this was opened yesterday. There is lots of powerful fruit. There's lots of vanilla oak in this. There's an awful lot of a licorice edge to it, I must admit, and I know that's something I mention a lot, but it's something I look out for. But it's really, it got quite a little bit of spice there as well, and it's got a lovely, lovely long finish. It's still going. It's a pity it's nearly over. Yeah, I drank most of it on Mike's quiz last night. That's Mike Mandelthor's quiz on Radio Free Cayman. And, by the way, Grand Reserva, of course, that means, in this case, it's had, well, let's just make sure I've got the information right. It's 24 months in American and French oak casks, and then a further 36 months in the bottle. Now, what they mean by that, of course, is that a percentage of it goes into the American oak, percentage goes into French oak, and then that's mixed together before it's bottled, and then it spends another 3 years in bottle. Look, it's 2001. It really is nice. Now, I did have one reservation about the first bottle I opened. The cork broke in half on me, and I was a little bit concerned. And had to do a little bit of playing about. I talk about that on Big and Fruity, episode 43. I managed to get, none of the cork. Well, I did get a bit in, but I managed to get rid of that. So when I bought this second bottle, I was a little bit afraid that one of the reasons why, I don't think it was really discounted actually, but they were trying to push it because there was perhaps some faulty corks. However, this one that I'm drinking, obviously that's not the cork, but the cork came out absolutely fine and absolutely no problems with it. So that is really a seriously good oaky Rioja. Really nice. I absolutely have really enjoyed it. £10 is a bit dear for me to buy that too regularly. I usually buy wines about £4, £5, £6. Quite often get £10 wines, but usually when they're reduced to £5, £6. So, but I will definitely buy more of that. And if they ever do discount it, then I'll put a few bottles away. Well, there we are. We're at 14 and a half minutes almost. So thank you to Matthew and Roslyn for the Father's Day present. Oh, and a quick toast to Sister Pam, who has just joined Facebook today. Well done, Pam. I'm glad you did that. Let me have a little toast. Oh, and a toast to Carolyn John, of course, the actress who played Liz Shaw. And again, I'm right up to the 15-minute limit. Catch you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.